Yeah, well, then I'll just ask you about your playing career. Just was able to do some research here a minute ago. You played at Phillips and you were Mr. Basketball, I think, right? And what was it, 1987? So just kind of talk about some of your accolades and just kind of walk me through your playing career in high school.
Sure, I was pretty fortunate. I think when you get awards like these, you have to have some team success. So I was very fortunate to have outstanding coaches, as an elementary school, middle school, and high school player. But locally, I had some great teammates. And there's a teacher and coach in Elk Mound by the name of Randy Simpson, and Randy and I were teammates, and he puts in 41 points in our sectional final back in 1987 to help send us to state. And you can't do it alone, but I had some fantastic high school teammates. And we were able to go to state in Class B back then in 1986 and 1987.
Yeah. I know that you're also a member of the UW-Eau Claire Athletics Hall of Fame, right? So where does this rank for you among those achievements?
Well, this is a tremendous honor because I look at some of the names that are on there for boys players and even with coaches and some of the girls players and the local flavor this year with Fall Creek. It means a lot because I taught and coached in Fall Creek too. But from the university standpoint, again, we had some tremendous success in the late 80s and early 90s. And, the local people that influenced me a lot and influenced our success when I was a Blue Gold were Mike Prazier. Mike lives in Eau Claire. He was a tremendous teammate, just a tremendous talent on our team. And obviously Coach Ken Anderson. And most everybody in town who watched some basketball way back when really knows, Coach Anderson, and just celebrated his 90th birthday. And, when you got outstanding teammates and players and coaches, especially the ones that I get to see every once in a while because they live locally here in Eau Claire. Great memories when people start talking about the past.
Mm-hmm. Well, obviously it was, almost 40 years ago now that you played at Phillips. Did you expect this? I mean, it's been a long time. Did you ever see this coming?
I really didn't because I haven't been coaching in close to 20 years. I've been pretty busy as a school administrator, especially the last 2 or 3, and just with my own children and their activities. I really hadn't thought about it much, but when I got that phone call, it brought back some memories, and they're all good. High school and college basketball, where I was very fortunate again to play with great teammates and outstanding coaches, and where we had a lot of success as a team and made it about as far as we could at those levels way back when. It brought back some great memories.
Mm-hmm. What kind of emotion did you have when you got the call from Coach Pettigrew on Sunday? What was kind of going through your mind?
Again, I kind of felt like, wow, this is 35 plus years ago. And when Coach called me up, I said, Coach, I got to apologize. He asked me to play in an Iowa-Wisconsin All-Star game, and I just couldn't make it. And I remembered that call, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it because I had something going, something different way up north. But it was one of pride and an accomplishment. But again, it brought back some great memories of playing with friends from back in Phillips and here in Eau Claire.
Yeah. Just to clarify, did he tell you if you're going to be going in as a player? I don't know about your coaching career. Maybe you can elaborate more on, you coached at Fall Creek and you're at Chi High for a little bit, correct?
Yes, I'm being inducted as a boys player. I was informed of that. I only coached for 10 years when I was a teacher. But again, I was heavily influenced by Hall of Famers like Ron Schultz from Fall Creek, Bob Miller from Fall Creek, and other coaches, just watching them as I coached and learned from. So it's really an impressive list when I went to the site and looked at some of the people. I'm very honored